Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of the Hockey Happy Hour right here on A2DRadio.com, live from Mountie from New Jersey in the Real Talk Studios. And yes, don't adjust your computer screens. This is not lazy booking. This is Hockey Happy Hour. No lazy booking today. So, we came to you guys just a little bit earlier for your viewing pleasure. That's depending on if you like that or not. Do you guys?
I'm not sure. I like the being on early part, but I don't know if they're ready for us yet.
Yeah. It might be a little too early for them, but it's okay.
All right. That's all right. They're just going to have to
going.
get adjusted. And guess what, guys? We got live reactions. Yay. We put the Flyers in Chicago on. Let the torture session begin for me. But anyway, I'm Ed Tsutsuti. This is the Penguin-loving and anticipating Michael Klankoff, as he knew what was coming after this read. As he took all his shit.
I had to, get the table set up ready for the old table slap.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over there is the Dark Wing, Brian Daly. Me and him have something in common. Our teams are most likely not making the playoffs. Yeah. And behind the board is the sign guy himself, Mr. Ryan Brodo.
Sensational.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't his voice, though.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Sure? Don't be misleading.
Come on, man. Don't be giving out false information here on these
viewers.
airwaves. Anyway. Hockey Happy Hour brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. So, in case you didn't read the header, the Flyers' playoff hopes did get sunk, unfortunately, because we just decided, you know what? All the energy we have in the whole world, anything that we had left in the tank, we are going to export it all to beat these guys in Pittsburgh in overtime.
Why not?
The same way in both games.
Yeah. And then,
way to just break my heart.
and then on Tuesday, we're going to come back home and break all the Philadelphia fans' heart by just laying a big old fat goose egg right there in the middle of the ice and just say, sorry, guys, got nothing left in us. We're just going to let Montreal own the day and, just
You rue the day.
Yeah, take a nice step back in the wild card race. Ugh, that's like the worst thing in the world. Like, it's one thing if we lost in OT. Then it's like, all right, we did our best. We lost in OT. At least we got a freaking point out of it. But no, we can't even say that. We lost in regulation, and we lost bad. We lost 3-1. And the sad part of it is the Flyers had so many chances, and they put so many shots down on the pike, but Carey Price just had the answer for almost every single one of them, except for Sean Couturier's. But that's not really the major reason why they lost. The major reason why they lost, I could almost feel it. You know how sometimes you can feel an energy from somebody? It happens every once in a while, but I could swear I could feel like they were just sapped. Like they just had nothing going for it. There was no drive. There was no quick step to them. They were just sapped.
Yeah.
They were tired. They were exhausted. It's like, did that game in Pittsburgh really take all of it out of you guys? It's like, or maybe it's just the second half in general, knowing that you guys had to do a sprint just to even try and make something happen.
That could be a big thing. I mean, they were saying from the All-Star break they had to do better than what Tampa Bay did in the first half to even make the playoffs in the second half. I mean, you had a lot of the teams ahead of them slow down, like Buffalo, big time.
Buffalo, yes.
Montreal kind of stalemated
a little bit.
From the All-Star break. But now you have Florida that's making a late push, and they're winning right now against Arizona. And it's just, you have all these other teams, and it's the Flyers are just they've done what they had to do, but it's just right now it just hasn't been enough. Which is sad. I mean, it's still. I mean, you got to think of where they've come from to where they are now. I mean, in that itself is just amazing.
No, absolutely, and just to see where they are, going into a game against Chicago, where they're sitting in the standings after where they started is it's a huge step forward. Goes to show you that maybe head coaching was an issue this year, but as far as the game against Montreal, I thought they passed the puck too much. They had plenty of good opportunities to take really good shots, and they didn't. They chose to pass the puck, and that's one thing that's killed this team all year long.
That's true. And then another issue, too, is like Montreal was just all over them, you know, and just not really letting them breathe.
That's what I noticed, too.
And that's the other thing, too, is like, guys, like, you got to be that way to them back, because like, do you realize this is why you guys are down 2-0 right now? You know, because you guys aren't pressing the play like Montreal is. Montreal is not letting you guys have 1 second to make a decision with that puck. And that's kind of what a team's got to do at this stage, you know? So I can't blame Montreal for realizing that, hey, it's playoff time. We got to make this shit happen now or we're going to miss, you know?
They're in the same boat, too. I mean, they, you know, if the Flyers won outright, they would be behind them by 2 points, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah.
Now it's a 6-point gap, but I mean, they're not out of this yet. I mean, this could be a big win tonight for them if they could pull a win out of Chicago. But
no, they're not still out of it yet. If
no, 9 games left, down by 6 points. It's
mathematically no. We are not actually out of the.
The Ducks aren't out of it yet,
which is the craziest part about it.
That is crazy. Yeah,
7 games left, and
they're
only
second
9
to
points
last
up.
in the conference.
And they're still in the playoffs.
You know,
playoff
hope.
So
I'm just kidding.
So right now,
at your point of the season, it's just like, you know what, you're fine where you're at.
We're good.
You're picking high in the draft. You got nothing to worry about. You got your spot in the draft. So
yeah. So I mean, it's just.
So I mean, while they're looking towards
crazy.
next year, I mean, right now the Flyers, they're still trying to make something happen out of this year, but it's like, you know. Even at the end of the day.
Yeah, I wouldn't quit on them yet. There's no reason to. I mean, this team still has that firepower to them, and they have, you know. Listen, the big thing is that they have Carter Hart, and they have Brian Elliott backing him up. You know, I mean, they have 2 solid goalies on that team that, you know, per game. It's just that they need to score. If they could score, they'll win games. I mean, every game that they've had recently has been low-scoring games. So
and also the fact that it's been come from behind wins. They haven't really set the pace of any of the games they've won recently. All of that, with the exception of games that they played against the Islanders, they did not set the pace ever. You know, like it's like
which you guys played them again too, I believe.
Which is fine, but the thing is, which that one's probably going to be heated because of the whole Johnny Boychuk stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look, you got
here's an opportunity here for the Flyers, and they
don't even get a shot
that didn't.
On a 3-on-1. That's not good.
Yeah, that was kind of a stupid decision on their part.
Should have just taken a shot instead of looking for the pass.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I hate the
most.
And
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You got a 2-on-1, you're going to pass
3-on-1.
Shoot the fucking puck. Like, come on.
I know that they want to out-deke the goalie and they want to catch him, but the problem is like, you know, the defense is back-checking right now, and they're going to catch you if you don't make a quick decision right now, you know. They take almost a couple of seconds, too, to decide if they want to make that pass. I'm like, in hockey, you don't have 2 seconds.
No.
You have a split second if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you got a split second. And Hart made a save there.
But, I mean, it's the same thing. It goes for the Penguins, too. They go down on a 2-on-1, and it's just they try to force that pass when there's no reason for it. It's just, you know, especially on a guy when most of the time that there is a good 2-on-1, it's either Crosby and Gensel or Malkin and Kessel. I mean, your chances of scoring from any 4 of those guys on the team are like, you know, on a 2-on-1 is almost 100%.
I mean, Drew didn't really have a clean shot there, so I kind of understand a little bit more. But when you see your defenseman diving across, you gotta try and see if you can lift the puck over him.
Yeah.
Well, what's the worst that happens? The puck gets blocked off in front, and it comes right back to you. You know, then you got a second shot at it, and Corey Crawford's down on the butterfly. You know, so it's like it made your job so much easier now. It's sometimes I think there is a bit of a lack of aggression at times. Meanwhile, Chicago's at 74 points right now. They got 10 games remaining. They are behind 2 teams. They're behind Colorado with 76 points, Minnesota with 77, and that doesn't even get them into the playoffs. They have to get past Arizona, who has 78 points right now.
It's crazy.
Is losing to Florida right now, yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So they have a chance to gain ground tonight for them. So this is a big game for them.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's not where the Flyers are. This should be a hard-fought game because it's 2 teams that are scratching and crawling to get in playoff position.
They are. They're both desperate hockey teams. They both have playoff implications that are on the line here. You know, this should be a playoff-like game between these two. How fitting. 2 former Stanley Cup opponents. But anyway.
Or battling to get into the playoffs right
now.
Hey, man, it's just like I said, this is a big game for them. I mean, after this, both teams will have 8 games left, and they're both looking for that spot. You know, and they're pretty much, they're 4 points behind Arizona here for Chicago, and 6 games for you guys behind Montreal. So I mean, you guys are basically almost the same spot. So.
Yeah, very true.
Every game counts right now. So
yeah, absolutely. And Chicago's got all these opportunities up in front. They were just swatting at that puck, trying to get that at Hart. But notice the difference. They were swatting at that puck.
Yeah, not getting really too many good shots there. Another good save by Hart there from the point.
That's the thing, though. I mean, even a bad opportunity, if you just kind of goat the puck to the net and the goalie doesn't see it, it could just go right by him because that's happened so many times. It happens so often in the playoffs, especially in overtime, that it makes you say, how the fuck did that goalie not, make that save? But then you realize, oh, that's right. He probably was expecting a good shot.
Yeah.
But
I still don't know how these goalies see it with screens in front of them and everything else that goes along with it.
I'll be honest with you. Some of those saves they get while being screened is either last-second movements or he's just in the right spot. He doesn't see it, but he's in the right spot and it hits him anyway.
It amazes me. I mean, usually, like I said, when I play street hockey, I'm usually the goalie, and it's like. It's not fun.
How's your goals against?
It depends what day. But I mean, it's just sometimes I've done very well, but other times it's just it depends because it's really hard for a goalie in street hockey because you can't slide, unless you have the street hockey pads, which I don't. I have regular goalie pads.
So you would be scraping up your legs
it's not easy.
Oh, so nice fashion if you kept doing that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not fun, and in times when you do have the ones that slide, it's so much better. It is so much better, but I like to play it. People get mad at me sometimes, but that's okay. You let up an easy goal. Why do I got to try against you?
A little bit of a slower pace to the start of this one.
I think the only reason I say it is because the teams don't want to make a stupid mistake. That would be my only assumption. Because they don't face each other all that much, and they usually don't face each other this time of the year.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing with the Penguins schedule too. Is we got 3 Western teams going.
Oh shit! Bad turnover.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a weird schedule. I mean, we have Nashville, then Dallas, and then Nashville again. I think we're on a 5-game road trip right now. So
not that it matters, but I think we're done with the Eastern Conference.
Oh,
there's a good shooting opportunity there by Lawton.
Lawton almost killed himself, too.
We're done with the Eastern Conference.
0-0 after first period for the Penguins in Nashville, by the way.
Just freaking lost. Another one.
That's kind of weird. Both my team's facing one of their former Stanley Cup opponents, and you guys are facing one of your former Stanley Cup opponents tonight. Isn't that kind of funny?
Who did we just lose to?
Who?
The
Pittsburgh?
Jets.
Somebody.
The Jets.
The Jets.
You guys got
But
shut
before
out,
that, Florida. Did we beat Florida? No, we beat Florida. I think.
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you that one.
Have you been really watching the Ducks games, or have you just been kind of keeping them on for background noise at this point?
At this point, it's just kind of been background noise.
I was gonna say, for me, at this point of the season, if my team was down that low, I'd be like, you know what? It's not even worth watching for the stress.
It's not even the stress that I even watch for. I would like watching guys like Troy Terry. Yeah. Troy Terry, he's going to be a good player in this league, and Flyers are going to the box.
Is it? Oh, they tripped Kunitz.
How the fuck?
The ex-Penguin, he knows how to do it against you.
Yeah, he does, and I'm so not happy to find out that, Tampa Bay just decided to send his ass to Chicago.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, did they call it offsides?
Maybe not. Yeah, it might have been offsides. But
looked like he got tripped up.
I still don't like the fact that Chris Kunitz is on this team.
Yeah, it's offsides.
There's nothing worse than seeing Chris Kunitz in another uniform.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah. Well, considering he came over and won 3 cups with us, I guess I'd be pretty pissed off too.
He's been on 2/3 of the hockey happy
hour
teams he's been on.
Huh? Well, I know. Oh, I know. Yeah, he's got 4 cups in total. I mean, the best goal of his career has to be the double overtime against Ottawa. Game
7.
Jesus Christ.
You know
I
what the
actually
funny
saw
part
that
is?
video again today.
I just realized something. Chris Kunitz has to be public enemy number 1 to Ottawa. And I say this because of one reason only. Not only did he score that Game 7 goal and ended Ottawa's run, it screwed Ottawa permanently.
Come on, you got to move fast.
Ottawa has never recovered from that during that Game 7 OT loss. Opportunity there, and it got couldn't get the shit.
I was gonna say with Kaner there.
And there's a man no one was covering, but thank God that a stretch
pass.
I think it was Andrew McDonald that made a defensive play.
Yeah, he got a stick in there.
I'm just
kidding. I couldn't see who it was.
But if it was, mark it the fuck down. Andrew McDonald does something good.
That's the
nice deke.
Wow. Off the crossbar.
Oh, God, that might have been goal of the year right there if you fucking made that.
Was that Konechny who did that? Because that looked like
it
was.
Yeah, it was Konechny.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Konechny, man, he's got some nice hands. When he gets an opportunity to deke, man, he dekes beautifully.
That was insane.
See, he just and he beat him too, and he just hit the damn post.
Yeah, Crawford was super far out of his net there.
I think Crawford may have gotten a piece of that, which is why he got the post.
Could have. No, I think it went right through him, but it did hit the post because Crawford cut that angle down. That was the only reason why. It still would have gone in, though, if it had just been a couple of inches to the fucking right.
But a couple inches the other way, it would have missed completely.
Yeah. That is true. See? And you say you're not a fan of the Mighty Ducks.
I never said I wasn't a fan of the movie. I just said the movies make me mad.
Because it's unrealistic?
Because it's very unrealistic.
Well, then, wait a minute. That still doesn't add it. That makes no sense.
I don't want to ruin Ryan's favorite movie of all time.
That makes no sense, though, because it's like if you like a movie, then you could suspend. You have suspension of disbelief.
Well, being such a hockey fan, I can't sit there and watch a player without the puck and hit and be like, well, where's the penalty? Adam Banks gets cross-checked from behind. That's the only penalty you're going to call? Really? There's only one penalty in the entire freaking game? You get your hand off that mouse.
Oh, we know it's coming, folks. Sign Guy's going to have something coming up. You know he will.
But I'm just saying.
Surprises.
Yes, there was off-mic announcement. There were surprises in store, barring everything went right.
Damn it.
Shit, Flyers almost scored,
Flyers
too.
Getting a lot of pressure going on now.
Now they are. And, of course, right when we say that, the Blackhawks broke it right the fuck up. Damn it.
All right, well, in the meantime, let's get to some of these comments while we're going to commercial break.
Go right ahead.
Since, unfortunately, we're only on YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope tonight.
Thanks, Facebook.
Thanks.
Thanks, Zuckerberg.
Thank you.
You Dirk.
David Raska chiming in today, letting us know it's 1-1 between the Panthers and the Coyotes. That was also at 8 o'clock.
Well, it's 2-1 Panthers, by the way.
Right. He goes on to say Canadians should have 90 Stanley Cup championships.
No.
That is a lot. So that's 10 years of other teams winning?
Most of the, pictures that Roscoe posts on his Instagram has been Stanley Cup photos.
It is the time of year.
Hey, man.
It is that time of year.
It is time to get amped, man. I mean, the playoffs are coming, and even if your team's not
we got to set up our
it's
A2D
still
bracket.
worth watching, you know? I mean, what?
We got to set up our A2D bracket.
When it gets there.
We do. But we got to wait until the playoffs are actually solidified until we can do that. Because
but I'm just saying.
Speaking of brackets, I only have one game wrong so far.
Oh, you mean in the other
stupid-ass Minnesota
bracket?
Remember the friend I had that's in the tournament? Kind of just got posterized.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
He's playing right now.
Nova?
No, Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Going on to Frank
playing
Vespi.
Gonzaga right now. It's not good.
Oh, no. They're losing by like 50 right now.
34.
That's close.
Yeah. Every point counts.
That's what happens. That's what happens when a team like Fairleigh Dickinson makes the tournament. Okay, they have no part of being there.
Hey, listen.
It was a fun journey. Okay.
Yeah, they have no part of being there.
I do love it because you discover that a college exists. You're like, oh shit, there's this other school.
UC Irvine,
yeah,
Murray State.
There's other colleges outside of fucking
State
Kentucky, and
I've never heard of them until this year.
No,
seriously.
they made it 2 years ago and a couple years before that too. But I mean, they got Ja Morant, which is,
Right,
we could have a whole show dedicated to this, but we're not. We're gonna stick to hockey.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to these comments here. Frank Vespi chimes in. Hey yo, sorry to bother you. # banana heads at work. They really need to make a huge splash of. They really need to make a huge splash this offseason. We're gonna cut that one out. Big need is a defenseman to help out Hart.
Does it have to do with Ryan's Jello?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
No need for a coaching
Jello,
change.
maybe.
Y'all are going to jail.
Oh God.
I agree with Frank. A
We gotta
defenseman
stop
is
it to
needed.
play.
Do we got a hooker?
I don't know. I think a
What?
lot of people wish they had a hooker right now.
Well,
I kind of wish I had a hooker right now.
whoa.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail.
I had to play it again because that.
It makes perfect sense.
They're legal.
I'm not going to
Jesus.
jail. I'm just
Like,
saying.
What are you worried about?
But I agree with Frank. They do need a defenseman to help out. I don't necessarily think they need a coaching change yet. Scott Gordon has done a good job as the interim coach.
There's no reason for a coaching
I
change.
think, and that's either hooker interference.
That's a hook.
but
Holding.
Okay.
We're all wrong.
Oh, okay, refs. That's holding somehow.
Usually
Like,
when
this
people
is
when people are
fucking
held, they
holding.
don't
What
they don't
the
fall.
Like, this
But-
is holding. Do you see what I'm doing right here, refs?
Well, he had one arm wrapped around him.
Yeah, but it's whatever. Who cares? We got a power play.
So Vespi says, hashtag don't call me Franklin.
Uh-oh.
He also wants you to touch the mouse, which is weird.
Huh?
It's kind of gross.
Touch what?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Touch that mouse.
What?
He wants you to touch
No,
the
I heard it.
mouse.
I'm just
He
trying
wants,
to.
he wants you to touch the mouse. Oh,
Uh-oh.
my God, really?
Oh.
What the hell was that
Oh,
noise?
Eh, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
my
They turned it
God.
right
Wait,
the
who's in
fuck
goal,
over.
Maddie? Maddie,
Hart.
who's in goal?
Hart.
Carter Hart.
That's right, he is.
That's why that was saved.
Ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen,
yeah, that's right.
remember, in case anyone's watching the game right now and they're disappointed at this power play, this
Jesus.
was the last place power play. For
Which
a
team
period
is
of
on
Oh
the
time.
power
my God!
play?
Another save by Hart. Man,
Controls gravity.
This is why we have
I thought the
Carter Hart,
Flyers were on the
folks.
power play.
Seriously. That's what I was just
I
saying.
mean, what do you expect? I mean,
What
do you
part of
expect?
last power play in the league?
This is
did
what
you
happens
not
when it's one of the
understand?
worst power plays and one of the worst penalty kills.
Yes,
going up
our
against each
special
other.
teams are fucking atrocious. We need to get a coach just to fix that
Yeah.
alone. Like,
That-
for fuck's
it's
sake.
been the biggest thing for years.
screen.
Big
though.
opportunity.
Well, it wasn't always. Like,
No,
I mean,
but I'm saying, but recently though,
Recently,
I mean, like,
yes. Oh
at
my
least
God,
the
it's
last
been
3 or
terrible.
4 years, you guys have been bottom 20.
I know, just
You
fucking
know?
abysmal at the fucking special teams.
So that's a big concern. There it is.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a great.
oh,
Oh, that was a
my
great move.
God.
Okay, so now we actually have a power play.
Yeah, now they show
No,
up.
it's moving.
For
The-
20 seconds.
Yeah, the Flyers realized that they were on
Now
the
that
power
they got
play
the two
there.
defensemen on the ice, you
Yeah,
know, not a lot
yeah.
of.
That was a sloppy pass.
That
Drew
was.
couldn't do anything about
They're
that one.
panicking. They're rushing it now.
That's another
Who's
thing, too.
Russian?
They're making.
I am. A little
No, you're
bit.
not. Don't lie to us.
I'm not lying. I
Shoot.
swear. Good
Ah.
save.
I hope
All right,
if I
so-
ever do ancestry, I don't come back Russian.
Frostin One says, "What's up, boys?" Frostin, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Oh God,
Solid.
Frank Vespi.
What did he do now?
Hashtag hooker happy hour.
Oh God. Don't.
We gotta stop giving him stuff.
We're gonna have to block him. We're gonna have to block him.
I like it. When do we get the studio audience? This is great. He also Frostin
Thank
also
you,
wants to
thank
know. Frostin also wants, what boys out of all the hockey teams you all rep, what players do you like and hate of all time?
Oh, okay. So are we talking just for our team's history or just in general?
I think it's just a general
Just in
question.
general? Okay.
General, yeah.
All right. Well, since I have a game to watch right now, Brian, you could start this one.
I think the one of the guys that I hate the most.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pick. It's definitely one of those two for you.
Oh, the guys that I love, yeah, absolutely. One of
yeah.
the two on the. On
No,
the
Oh,
no,
right.
yeah,
hate,
no,
hate,
no,
hate.
like,
We all
definitely.
know it's hate.
Listen, I love Korea, my favorite player of all time. Solani, my second favorite player of all time. It's really like 1A, 1B, because they can't choose which one. One day it's Korea, one day it's Solani. It depends on how I wake up in the morning. But the players that I hate,
Scott Stevens.
I don't hate Scott Stevens. No, I always really liked him.
Bad rebounds
Probably
for
Dustin
Crawford.
Brown. I hate Dustin Brown.
I could see that. Dustin Brown's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he always was.
Yeah.
Always was. Big question, huh?
It is because I'm trying to.
I got
think.
a lot on my mind. I can tell you that much.
You got a lot of players that
Zach
you're probably
Cassian. I
thinking
don't
of.
like.
Yeah,
Never
That's
liked
not hard
Zach
to do.
Cassian.
no.
Yeah, it's not hard to hate Zach Cassian.
Milan Lucic.
That's
I
not
hate.
hard
Another
either.
crumb.
I'm just trying to think back too, like to some of the players I was watching growing up that I hated.
Joe Thornton.
I never really hated Joe Thornton.
There it is.
Ah,
goal
God
number
damn
one.
it. Well, knew that was happening. Damn it. Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
All right, Mikey, who you got?
All right. Obviously, my favorite player of all time has got to be Crosby.
Really?
I mean, that's a given.
I mean, come on now.
I think number 2 has to be Pascal Dupuis. I mean,
just because of the fact that he scored on the Flyers all the time?
No, it's just
Pascal Dupuis was a really good player, and
he was so good.
He played the game right.
A guy that
his
career was
underrated,
cut short because of whatever was going on with his life. And
he was kind of an underrated player for his
Nobody asked you,
time,
Frank.
You know?
Nobody asked you.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to go top 3 Penguins all time, for me, it's got to be Crosby, Dupuis, and probably Fleury. I think they're my top 3. It's got to be Crosby, Dupuis, and Fleury.
So who are your hated?
My top 3 hated. There's 2 on the Capitals. I think it's got to be Ovi and it's got to be Tom Wilson.
No shit.
Understandable.
That's a good one.
Man, who's a third? Oh, Brad Marchand. That's easy.
Brad
That's not
Marchand.
even a fucking question. That's
Brad
fucking
Marchand,
easy.
yeah,
There's my
asshole.
top 3.
He's an asshole.
I mean,
All right.
that was easy for me.
All right, so for me, my favorite players, Simon Gagne is one of them.
Great player.
Probably one of my favorite Flyers of all time.
Danny B. I think Danny Briere has to be. If I had to pick my favorite Flyer of all time, it'd probably be.
I love Danny B.
He's another one.
You have to love Danny B for one reason only. He was just Mr. fucking playoff. Because every single, even if he was having an all right year, you knew if the Flyers made the playoffs, he was scoring like almost every single game-winning goal the Flyers ever had in that run. Because that's how damn good he was. But one of my other favorite players. You know, I actually did love Keith Primo when he played for the Flyers, just because he didn't score a lot, but my God, was he just a character. Mm-hmm. He was that character captain, the kind of guy who got you fucking pumped to fucking be on a team. It wasn't like, what?
Since you brought up Keith Primo, I thought a really underrated guy that played in Philly. He also played in Boston, too. I thought he was really underrated. Mike Knuble.
Knuble was another fun player to have.
Mike
on the
Knuble
team.
was a really good leader guy. He was a really good leader.
He was.
Really good character guy, good locker room guy.
He was. I mean, for example, he got the Flyers to rally back against Pittsburgh when they were down 3-1 in a series. And it was like, yeah, we were pretty much fucked. We still lost the series, but he single-handedly got the Flyers into Game 6, and they managed to push it.
Push it real good.
I remember watching the Road to the Winter Classic with, I want to say it was when Mike Knuble was a part of the Capitals.
I'm 2 nights in a row. I got the Penguins predictor. Let's go.
He was on the Capitals.
Relax there, tough guy.
That's
Can I do it?
Look, I got 12 shots, and they got 12 shots tonight. Yes. 2 nights ago, I picked Gensel would score the first goal for the Penguins, and he scored the first goal. I mean, come on.
Anyway, to more important things.
Yeah,
I was watching.
I'm sorry. I got
a couple years ago.
Oh my
what did you win anyway? Did you win anything?
I got like a free appetizer for a place in Pittsburgh that I can't ever use.
Whoa!
Congratulations! Yeah.
Real high roller here.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
It's the equivalent.
Where's my audience? Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Jeez, we put up the sign and everything, and they still didn't fucking laugh.
No.
Oh.
But watching that Winter Classic game when Mike Knuble was with the Capitals, I want to say it was like their second or third one. They were behind in a game. They were getting smoked. Knuble comes barreling into the locker room, and he just starts going off on players. And he didn't do it out of character, and he didn't do it really out of pure anger. He did it to try and motivate guys, and that's the type of leader that he was. And I think that's he was a part of the reason why the Flyers had a lot of success in his time with the Flyers.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he was the alternate for a reason. I mean, Mike Richards, I think, probably took a lot of what he did from Mike Knuble, really, to be honest with you. That was another player who actually, even though he went down the path he went down, I still say Mike Richards should never be looked at his time in Philly was still very good.
Which was after he left Philly is when he went downhill.
That was the sad part when he left Philly. He went downhill after that. But what a shock! You take a guy who has some bad addictions off the ice. I know it's a terrible turnover, but
we're watching Flyers hockey. You're not used to that by now.
No, yeah, but I mean that was an all-time. I mean, what the hell was that?
Oh my God!
Wow!
And they didn't score. You fucking joking? Come on!
Was that a 2-on-0?
That was a great pass by Hartman.
And it didn't go. Damn, man. Damn.
Couple more comments here coming in. Frostin says Flyers are going to spend stupid money for Joel Quenneville, and if they don't get Coach Q, it's going to be Gordon. I think it's going to be Gordon anyway.
Yeah, I think he's proved himself that he can coach this team.
See,
I think he needs some better assistance. I think he needs to bring in his guys.
Hold. I don't know because I don't know what Chuck Fletcher's got in mind here.
Well, obviously, he's going to want his guy.
Chuck Fletcher's the guy who's made splashes before. He went out and got Bruce Boudreau. Not the smartest move in the world, but he did go and do it. I'm just saying.
Boudreau's a proven coach, though.
He's a proven coach. He's an offensive-minded coach. Does he not have the best success in the playoffs?
No,
he doesn't.
Never does.
But at the same time, you're seeing good things from Scott Gordon.
You are.
Obviously, you know what you're going to get from Joel Quenneville. But why not take a chance? You give him a 2-year contract.
Well, but that's my thing, though. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, because that's the thing. If this had been, like, see here, I can't even really say with Hextall because Hextall was so married to Haxtell. But, if this had been somebody else and they had stepped up to the plate, they probably would have gotten an opportunity. Like when John Stevens showed that he wasn't a bad coach at the time in like 2007 going in 2008, the Flyers made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. They gave him a shot to give him a chance for a full season. And, I mean, at the end he got fired, but the opportunity was still out there on the table for him to prove himself as a Flyers head coach. But that's Paul Holmgren as the GM, oddly enough. I don't know if Chuck Fletcher's going to do the same thing. You just don't know.
Like I said, I like what Gordon's done. Hart's playing well with him. It's a comfort level.
I agree 100% with you. I love exactly what Gordon has done, but at the same time, I don't know. Chuck Fletcher's the kind of guy who's at the end of the day has been known to make splashes every now and again. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sold. I got to wait and see what he does at the end of the year.
I'm just saying he deserves it.
I'm not saying he doesn't either. Yeah, I totally agree. I think we can all agree he deserves the shot. He absolutely does.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to branch off of that too. I think he does, and that's one of the things that I said. Wow, 14 shots to 11 already, and there's still 5 minutes left. Anyway, like I was saying, when we were talking about Hextall or getting fired, was just that I think the best move is to bring up your AHL coach. I mean, that's me. And
oh, my God, chance! No!
And it worked.
Oh!
Wow.
What? How the fuck?
Dude, the Flyers
went
just
up
fucking
and it went over the net.
It should just fucking quit now. Jesus Christ.
Really?
Anyway.
You had 2 chances,
we're talking
one-on-one with Crawford, and you
there it is.
There we go. For fuck's sake.
Corbin Knight.
Corbin Knight, thank you. That makes me happy.
About freaking time.
Jesus Christ.
That should be
well, I mean, that's only the 17th shot allowed by Chicago in the first period. I hope that at least one of them would
that's
go.
Like
yeah, you would think. Like Christ. This was a great chance
Who's
here.
27? Is that Josh Bailey?
Yeah, it is. Is that also rain?
That's a great
Jesus
shot.
Christ.
It's very calming, isn't it?
Yeah. I heard that. I got scared for a second. It's really coming down out there. But yeah, that was
oh,
was a
yeah,
nice
look
goal.
at that.
Corbin Knight.
A couple more comments here.
I believe that's his first goal, too.
He says it is.
Nose
First
is
goal of
nice.
his career. Frostin says not even Adam Oates can save this power play. What else we got here? Frank's hated players, which we didn't really
We already
ask
know
before.
Joe Thornton's number 1.
Right, it's
Pretty
what he
much.
says.
For
Jumbo
some reason.
Joe.
Frostin goes on to say Flyers got way too fancy on the effing line, which I agree. That's such a good opportunity that you got a little too fancy on. But they have a goal now, and
the
that's what's
game's
up.
tied, yep.
He also goes on to say, I just want the Flyers to rip the I just don't want the Flyers to rip the interim tag off Gordon and end this up being Craig Berube all over again.
Well, I mean, there is that fear, but here's the thing, though.
Craig Berube.
Craig
was
Berube, at
awesome.
the end of the day, he was an unproven assistant coach, and I think at the time the only reason why he even got the head coaching position was because they made a snap decision and fired their head coach and Peter Laviolette, and then immediately promoted Craig Berube to becoming head coach.
By far one of the worst moves in Flyers history.
Yes.
Craig Berube's system was just flat out terrible.
It worked
was
against
as bad
everybody.
As fucking Mike Johnson's with Pittsburgh.
It was so bad that
man.
we were debating whether or not Sean Couturier was a bust. And look at him now. It's like, nope, it was all Craig Berube, it turns out. This whole motherfucking time, it was that piece of shit.
That's how it was for Mike Johnson.
He's got a coaching job.
He was just bad.
That big of a piece of shit.
I mean,
where is he coaching now?
Johnson?
No, Berube.
He was coaching in St. Louis.
I'll find that out right now.
He's not in St. Louis anymore, I don't think.
He was last time I checked.
I was just watching a game. Who the hell is he coaching for? He's a head coach somewhere.
Trying to beat me?
We got a race going on.
No. There's a crazy ending in one of the games.
I think it is still the Blues.
Ooh, I like crazy endings.
It's Nevada and Florida. I forget who I picked.
Oh, March Madness. I thought it was
I
hockey
think
related.
he's still the coach of the Blues.
Let's find out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Blues are going to make the playoffs, it looks like. So.
Oh, that's because fucking autocorrect changed his name from Craig to Create.
Create Berube. There we go.
He is the interim head coach for the St. Louis Blues right now.
He'll probably get the head coaching spot since they're going to make the playoffs.
Can I pick Nevada?
They do not know what horror they have.
I picked Florida, by the way.
Maybe it was St. Louis. You know what? It might have
Maybe.
been.
I'm looking at it.
You picked Florida to win the Stanley Cup?
No, I picked Florida for.
That's your fault for bringing that up on a hockey show.
Froston, he confirms
Gators.
that he is with the Blues. Thanks, Froston.
Oh, I got one bracket that's still 100%. Sweet.
Oh, we're back on March. That's why I hate March.
And that's the one I have Virginia winning. Like, I don't want Virginia's not going to win. The heck. Whatever.
We got 3 minutes, by the way, left in the first period with a tied score.
Let's see. Little extra.
This was pretty cool. This was pretty cool to see. Little bro hug.
A little Titanic.
Oh, okay.
Little Titanic action there. All right.
Well, I mean, Gustafson and Hartman, they pretty much came up together.
Yeah.
So they know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, aside from the fact that they played together in Chicago, but you know, they came into the league together. They were pretty good together. I kind of like that kid though, Gustafson. He's got a lot of promise.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all.
He's a quick player. He's got a quick release
yeah,
to his shot,
he's
too.
not bad. He's a good depth player for Chicago to have at this time, considering the fact that Chicago has not exactly had the greatest of seasons.
Well, considering this is a down year for Chicago, I mean, again, they're 4 points out of the playoffs.
Yeah, what a down year it was.
Last year was a down year.
Yes, last year was an abysmal fucking performance. Really, a lot of that was because they tried to get the band back together, and they realized,
Well, they gave up a lot.
Yeah, they did.
And that's what ultimately hurt them the most.
And now Columbus might be losing their best player.
Bobrovsky?
No, Artemi Panarin.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he might be leaving.
Well, he's going to sign a $9 million contract wherever he goes.
Well, I don't know if he's going to quite
here's
get
the thing,
9, but it'll be out of the Flyers' price range.
Well, yeah, but not only that, but they're not only losing Artemi Panarin, you know they're losing Bobrovsky, so it's like they lost their starting goalie and they're losing their best forward.
I don't think they're going to lose Panarin. To be completely honest with you, I think they're going to wind up giving him a contract.
The Columbus?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to be a lot considering, you know, who else.
They're not going to they're not going to re-sign Duchesne most likely. They're probably not going to re-sign Ryan Dzingel either. So there's money there.
They gave up so much for them to not keep them though.
Here's the thing though.
Yeah, but you can build
extension though.
Huh?
Here's the thing though. They're doing a cup.
You got one with Ottawa.
But here's the thing. They're doing a cup or bust thing because the same thing happened with Washington. Washington, they totally just went out and got TJ Oshie. They went and got Shattenkirk, and guess what? They didn't win the cup. Shattenkirk left to go to New York. TJ Oshie stayed, however. And they still managed to win a Stanley Cup. So
I thought Oshie was going to end up leaving, too.
I thought so, too. I thought him and Shattenkirk were both
leaving.
leaving.
Going to go.
Never mind.
The West is straight garbage. Yeah. It's something like that.
Who's straight garbage?
The West Coast hockey. I don't know about garbage, but
Well, I mean,
not very good.
Unfortunately, they're not.
I mean, there's a team that's second place in the Western Conference, or second to last place in Western Conference is still in a playoff spot. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
But unfortunately, the rest of the teams are not making a great case currently right now.
Nah.
Can't say. I can't.
The worst part is our last wild card in the East right now could be like second place in the West.
In the West, I know. Isn't that weird? That's so weird. Like
All right. Well, then you've proven Froston's point that the West is straight garbage.
Well, I wouldn't. I'm not saying that they
I don't
are.
know if it's as much garbage as it's just like nothing ever changes in the West. It's always the same
30
teams
and 35.
in the playoffs.
30. Well, actually, they're 30 and 36 now. 30, 36, and 9 team is still in a playoff spot.
That's weird.
That's
not
bad.
Good. Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
And here's the weird part. The West, it never changes. Have you ever noticed that? Every fucking time you go back and you look at the old brackets, it's always the same fucking teams that are in the playoffs half the time. You always have Anaheim, San Jose, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Chicago.
Oh, fun for me.
For
and
you.
Vancouver.
Hey, Brian Russ
Chicago.
scored. Sorry.
Okay.
Who cares?
Thank you.
Rude.
You guys celebrated when Phoenix scored on me last week. I don't want to hear it.
Okay. Yes. Correct.
And it wound up being the best of the week.
Very correct.
So
it was. The
shut
best
up.
Of the week. It was. That was. I was pretty. Pretty
that was
excited.
pretty fun. Why am I the surface of the best of the week the last couple weeks? Like, this is not
well,
fair.
your stomach decides to make a weird
just
fucking
do better.
noise.
Just
I mean, what can you say? Up 2-1.
My hands are tied.
For
Touche.
Chicago.
And
Whiff.
they fucked it up. All right.
All right,
good.
so Mikey, he wants to know. He says, "I've lived in It's Froston. I've lived in Columbus. I've lived in Columbus. Are they think the Blue Jackets' main rival is the Pens, but it's really the Flyers? Thoughts?
No, it's the Pens.
There's no way. I would say the bigger rivalry has got to be
it's Pittsburgh.
with
Because Pittsburgh,
Columbus.
you've met in the playoffs so many times, and they've beaten you every time. So it's like it has to be them. Because the Flyers, we don't play well in your building. And then at the same time, we barely beat you in ours. So I don't even really think that it's more of a rivalry from Philly's standpoint than Columbus's standpoint. The Blue Jackets, it's almost like the Flyers are irrelevant. But when it comes to Pittsburgh, that's where the real money is. That's where the real rivalry stands.
Yeah, no,
I think there could potentially be a really good rivalry between the Jackets and the Pens coming soon.
And also between the Flyers and Jackets, if the Flyers ever get their shit together, yes, the future does have that possibility between those three teams right there, two in the Ohio Valley and the other one off to the side.
And that's the thing too. I mean, they're probably our closest team to play against. I'm pretty
sure. Proximity-wise?
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
proximity-wise,
sure
absolutely.
Pittsburgh has got to be closer to Columbus than it is actually Philly.
Because, I mean, odd thing about it is even though you face them in a Stanley Cup Finals.
3 hours to Columbus from Pittsburgh,
it's
and
like
it's
5
8
hours.
But because here's the weird part.
Philly.
Even though they face them in the Stanley Cup Finals, they're closer to Detroit in a lot of ways than they are necessarily Washington, when you think about it.
Detroit should not be in the Eastern Conference.
No.
Nashville should be.
Yeah.
Hell, if Nashville was, they'd be sitting pretty right now with the shit they've been doing. Like, seriously.
Well, they still got to compete with Tampa Bay.
They would, but they'd be in a safe second place.
Tampa Bay just can't beat themselves this year. So that's honestly, I mean, I don't ever like picking the best team every year. It's like I hate going back to it, but college basketball, I have Duke. I don't want to pick Duke.
You do realize this is a hockey show,
I'm
right?
just saying, though. I'm just saying, just because they're the best doesn't mean that they're gonna win. I don't think Tampa Bay is gonna win. I don't care how good they are. I'm just saying.
I hate March.
It's the madness, isn't it?
It is. Speaking of my madness,
give it 2 weeks and it'll all be over. And then we'll be talking
about a long 2 weeks.
Then we'll be talking about the playoffs for 2 weeks, and then we'll have the football draft. And
we'll be talking.
We'll have something else in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll be talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs too, because let's be honest, the NBA playoffs are already a foregone conclusion. But anyway,
Frost says Pittsburgh to Columbus is 3 hours. It's also 3 hours Detroit to Columbus. So, the proximity-wise, it's equal.
Geography.
sensational.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I gotta
You need to find
say,
that one.
I would think if between our two teams, it's definitely got to be Pittsburgh against Columbus.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that rivalry has gotten stronger, and I think a lot of it has to do with Dubinsky.
I think a lot of it has to do with the playoff series last year too. I think you faced them the last 2 years.
Well, not last year, but
we
the
did
year
last year
before
because the
that.
Caps beat them last year.
Yeah, but the year before that and the year before that one, you faced them 2 straight times and you beat them both times. And actually, I believe it was also in the shortened year when the realignment officially happened, and you faced them, and it was Columbus's first time.
Yeah, first time in the playoffs.
Making it in the Eastern Conference side of the playoffs, and you beat them then too.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was a 4-2
it's 3
series.
times now that Pittsburgh's beaten Columbus. So
Yeah,
no,
it's
has to
definitely
be Pittsburgh.
gotta be Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
what a shock! Pittsburgh's pissing people off. What a fucking surprise!
But yeah, like I was saying, I think there is a big rivalry between Dubinsky and Crosby. I mean, when they
That's been there.
That's true.
That's been there since before he left New York.
Yeah, I mean, it's just every time they play. I mean, they're hitting each other a little harder. You know, they're little scuffs after the whistle. So I mean, it's a fun rivalry though. I mean, again, Columbus is a team that I kind of still respect when we play, except for Davinsky. But there is a respect level compared to I really don't respect the Flyers when we play them, and I don't respect the Capitals when we play them.
I mean, honestly,
I'm sure it's mutual, right?
Yeah, it's definitely mutual. Every time I see that
Feeling goes both
piss-colored,
ways.
Logo, I just, makes me actually want to go take a piss, particularly on a
This
Penguin.
is like a really dehydrated pea color, so I mean,
All right, so
get your water in, folks.
to jump back to Columbus, real quick. I know we were talking a little bit about their cap space and who they're going to sign, who they're not going to sign. I brought up their cap friendly situation. Panarin is obviously a free agent. Duchesne's a free agent. Ryan Dzingel, Eric Robinson, Lucas Sedlick is a restricted free agent. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Marcus's last name. Too many dots and squiggly lines above letters. So he's got dots and squiggly lines.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to. He's Hanakanen.
Hold on, guys. It was really funny. The broadcast of the intermission was going on, and there's Tarian on one side and John Bork on the other. And Bork, he's talking about the goals, and the camera just rough cuts straight to Bundy's face, and Bundy's just doing this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you guys really know what you're fucking doing. Keep up the good work, NBC. Keep up the good fucking work. God. Anyway.
Jumping back to Columbus.
Go ahead.
Adam McQuaid's a free agent. Zach Werenski, who they'll be dumb to not re-sign.
Werenski, they have to.
Scott Harrington's a restricted free agent. They got to get him back under contract. The only other one that I would consider is Ryan Murray, who's also a free agent to re-sign, because he's another one that's been a big part of this team.
What's their projected cap for next season? Because that usually tells you that too.
Projected cap 3.79.
Yeah, that's.
But again, they're going to dump a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I don't see Duchesne coming back, and I don't see Dzingel coming back. I think Panarin is going to be the guy you want to build this team around.
I feel like.
Well, I mean, think about it too. They're going to have a lot of cap space. They should, because they're not going to have those guys and Bobrovsky, and they're going to have some room to work with. However, that issue is going to have to be addressed, because I don't think they have. Do they even have a starter immediately following Bobrovsky?
Corpusalo.
Corpusalo, yeah, he's a solid player.
I mean, all right, we'll see how he pans out, but yeah. So I mean, they'll have some room. They could definitely negotiate with him.
You're going to lose. You're going to lose $6 million with Duchesne leaving. You're going to lose 1.8 with Dzingel leaving. You're going to lose 2.75 with McQuaid, who probably won't be back, and then 7.43 with Bobrovsky.
So
potentially moving on.
You got room to work with here. You got more than enough room to try and get Panarin back. It's just up to seeing what he wants to do. Does he want to stay in Columbus, or does he want to go somewhere else to get a bigger payday? That's really the question.
That's what it's going to come down to for him. It's going to be money.
Yeah.
But who's going to be able to give him $7-8 million a year, $9 million a year? There's not going to be many teams that are going to be able to have that.
There's not many teams. And
no, Panarin.
Panarin.
But here's the thing, though. It depends on what team. Like, does he want to take a payday and not give a shit, or does he want to be on a team that's going to make the playoffs? That's the other big question you got to ask, because we always say there's two types of players. There's the players that want to win the cup, and then there's the players that just want to get paid.
I guess I can't make fun of Michael Grabner anymore then, because he's on a playoff team now.
Well, Arizona.
So, yeah. I don't want to talk about it because I watched him score a pretty shorthanded goal this
Watch
year.
Arizona get Panarin. I'd cry laughing if that happens. I'm like, oh, my God, they actually threw the money at him, and he
Frosten
wins.
confirmed 13-14 Columbus-Pittsburgh, 16-17 Columbus-Pittsburgh. And he also said it's Barkin and Bundy. What an odd combo.
Oh, it is Barkin and Bundy. Okay, my bad, yeah.
He also said they have Kincaid as well. Oh, right, they traded for Keith Kincaid.
Oh, they have Kincaid. Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Well, that's a little
He's an all-star.
Well, okay, he's not an all-star, but he's a solid enough goalie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he played pretty well behind a really shitty Devils team.
Yes. So. And he actually made them worth a damn for a short-term period. So.
But now they have Blackwood now.
Well, now they have him.
Well, Mackenzie Blackwood sucks.
Plus, they.
he's a backup.
I know, but the whole team's a mess.
The team is a mess. No one's denying that.
I will give the Devils credit, man. The wake of Marty Brodeur's retirement.
Brodeur should have never retired. I guarantee he'd still be
they
playing
haven't
better
found the
than
answer since, because it's just like Brodeur's wake has been like, oh my God, they wasted Corey Schneider. And then secondly, Keith Kincaid. And then after that, now they've got this Blackwood fuck. And he ain't going to be able to stop much. So it's like, what
they're just waiting for Brodeur's son to be ready, right?
Yeah, at this point,
Pretty much.
I mean,
why wouldn't you be?
Listen.
Hope to be just like that.
For any Devils fans that may
Anthony's
be listening,
not anywhere close to his dad.
No, he's not.
Hey, if any Devils fans Devils fans like Dean are listening, like, guys, let me tell you something. Goalie carousels are not fun.
I've heard
Take it from a guy who knows goalie carousels all too well.
I've heard that a lot, because a lot of the kids that I grew up with are the same age. Well, I'm the same age, obviously, as Brodeur's son, and they played against him, and they've always said that he's honestly not that good.
Well, I mean, usually talent skips a generation. Usually.
Well, I mean, let's think.
We'll see what happens with Bronny Jr. Right?
Let's think about this, and before I get into my point here. Frost says the Devils are a straight AHL team except for Taylor Hall.
Which he's been hurt all season anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
you can't dispute that at all.
They have a very forgettable roster.
Oh, Nico Hischier.
Taylor Hall.
Oh, yeah, Nico. Nico's solid. I think he's good.
Well, Nico still needs to really grow. But
and he's only going to get better.
He's only going to get better.
It's hard when you don't have anybody there. I mean,
literally,
I think the team is literally Hall, Palmieri, and Hischier.
That's it. I think that's isn't that their top line?
Honestly,
Palmieri's on their second line.
But
they still have Zajac, but Zacac's not the player he was 5 years ago.
Pavel Zacha has not turned into the player that they thought he was going to be.
What's his name? Miles Wood.
Miles Wood's a good fourth line guy.
They gave up on Adam Henrique and sent him to Anaheim.
Who's the one dude? Jesper Bratt is a guy who needs to take the next step forward, but. Jumping back to talent skipping generations, think about all the brothers that have been in the NHL that never lived up.
well,
I mean, the Stalls lived up.
The Stalls are all good, except for the youngest.
The Lindros brothers.
Lindros brothers is a perfect example. The Gretzky brothers, another good example.
Oh, my God, I forgot Gretzky had a brother.
I didn't even know
exactly my point.
That's bad. That's bad.
I forgot all
Mark Messier's brother.
That's
Eric.
right. Yeah, that's right. Messier had a brother, too.
Yeah, Marion and Marcel Hossa.
That's right. Jesus.
Wow.
It's amazing how many brother combinations are actually out there, and only one of them gets the talent.
But then there's situations where you have guys like the Stahl brothers. You have Rob and Scott Niedermeyer.
You have the Sedin twins.
Mm-hmm. Like, it works out. Even Sean and Chris Pronger. Like, everybody forgets about Sean Pronger.
That's true. That's true. I forgot all about Sean.
Never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, it does skip generations. Yeah, absolutely. But, for every bad family relationship, there's always there's a few good ones.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
I was actually just watching the Sedin twins' last game the other day, and it was sad. It was sad. I hated to watch them retire.
It's sad only because they didn't win the cup, and the really sad part of it is because was their fucking year. You know, that's what really is the tearjerker for me.
You mean when they lost and got shut out by Tim Thomas in Game 7?
Like to me that
and
was.
Then the town fucking blew up.
If you could,
this is a fun question.
If
Real
you
quick,
couldn't
not to
hate
cut you
Boston
off.
anymore than you already do,
Yeah.
they stole a cup from a more deserving city than them. But anyway, moving on.
The first Canadian team.
First of all, Tom chimed in saying, "My boys, we stink."
Hey, it's a tie game right now.
But this is a great question from Froston because this is a brother duo that I actually kind of forgot about. Where do you rank the Shen brothers?
Luke is shit. Braden's all right. I mean,
Braden's a power play specialist.
Yeah.
Luke was what was it when he was with Toronto?
Toronto.
That's when he was his best. I always remember because NHL Hut team, Luke was the guy you wanted. You didn't even want Braden. I'm just saying. That's how good he was.
Real life
Now
hockey to a video game.
I'm just saying though. But now you can't even find him.
He's in Vancouver.
I know. I don't know that. Actually, I don't know that.
I know.
Because he sucks.
Wait, what?
No, but I'm saying like he was a relevant player
for a couple of years
back in like 2013, 2014 era, like that time span. But now he just flat out
after
sucks.
After he got traded to Philadelphia is kind of where he started to go downhill. Then he went
Good
to
job.
Anaheim and played a good.
He wasn't even that
6 games
good.
there?
Like
No.
He played a good couple games for Anaheim, and then they traded him for Michael Del Zotto for some reason.
It's not even really the Flyers' fault. It's
Oh,
just him.
that's in a terrible spot.
Well, you can always get up and, you know.
Daily fix it.
Well, by the time I fix it, she's going to be off the screen.
So what? She'll be back for the other intermission.
Rewind.
Off the screen.
They already took it off.
You hesitate.
Now we're looking at Hartman.
You hesitate.
I don't know.
In case anybody was wondering.
I almost wanted to be like that creepy reporter in the post game.
Oh my God, he like winked.
He just kind of walked up. He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Raised both his eyebrows, like, "Hey."
People are
what?
People are still talking about it. It's not you guys, but in general, it's like.
What a weirdo.
It's so creepy.
Oh no, I understand. And like she's still explaining it. It's like it's not that big. It's like you didn't make the face.
You didn't make the face.
Somebody made the face at you.
Yeah. Like if it was like something like a wink or something, be like, all right.
It was behind her.
He was behind her and he gave her the
probably tapped her on the ass, like, hey, good game.
Oh my God, he gave her
probably tried
like
to tap something.
He went right behind her and gave her the freaky eye. What the fuck?
All right, so before I turn this into a terrible conversation.
Oh come on, you know that you turned it already.
I'm trying to.
I was about to do something.
Come on, you already know it's ruined. Don't worry about it.
Parental discretion is advised.
No, I was gonna do something else.
Froston says Luke was awesome with the Leafs, but after getting traded for JVR, he's been straight garbage, and he's with Vancouver. If the Flyers traded JVR for Keith Yandel, it would have been a way better deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, completely.
Breaking news from David Raska.
Yes.
Florida 3, Arizona 1 in third period.
Oh, that's breaking?
Apparently.
Arizona won?
Froston says, yeah, Taryn Hatcher went viral and made it a Chicklets account. Made it on the Chicklets account. Nice. Nice.
So I guess
I like it.
It's been the year of Gritty and the year of Taryn. It's officially what it is.
I've seen her in person. She's a smoke show. Sent from the heavens above, bro. Just perfect.
I swear to God, I guarantee you, if
your timing is impeccable.
Let me just say this: if Carter Hart was not a mature, decent, gentleman, young man, he probably would have been hitting on her every 5 fucking seconds. Probably like.
Oh, I don't care. If I'm
sure
Carter
one
Hart,
of the
I'm
young
hitting on
dogs
her.
has
Period.
done it though. I'm sure one of them's done it by now. Come on now.
I know one goal I'm gonna score.
I actually have a story. I'm not going to say it on the air for respect to Carter, but I do have a story. I'll tell you guys during the break about Mr. Hart.
Okay.
It's interesting.
I'd be like, hey, you know what? I know one that I'm gonna score on. How you doing?
How you doing?
Not your best.
No, it's not my best, but it's what I came up with at the time. I have such a short window for things on this show, so I got to get them out. This is why I practice.
You're struggling.
You stand in front of a mirror and practice, right?
We need to go to break now. Oh, gosh.
What the hell were you you doing? What you were just like looking down at your phone, ignoring everybody?
Yeah,
No,
I
he's reading comments.
I was actually. I was just looking.
What the hell's wrong with you? You're on a fucking show. We're live. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I was doing
He's reading
work. I was doing work. I'm
what
sorry.
work?
I was looking at the comments. I was reading the comments.
All right, then go ahead. Please reiterate.
I lost it. So what did you guys ask me then?
Dude, we didn't ask you anything.
Oh, so what the fuck? I was fine then.
You weren't needed today.
See ya.
Oh, Frosted, I'm sure there's at least 6 or 7 teen players that have tried to slide into our DMs. I promise you that. I would have been. I would have been sliding something else too, but that's a whole other story for another
Are you
day.
kidding? I'm pretty sure
Family,
Giroux probably
you're
tried. He's
struggling
fucking
today.
married.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Giroux even tried. Let's be honest here.
Yo, killing me with this.
Oh, R. Kelly is everywhere.
Oh my god.
He really is everywhere. I love it.
Oh.
Hiring you was the best thing we've done for this show.
Good times.
What?
Hiring you was the
Oh,
best
I
thing
thought you
that's
said
happened
R.
on the show.
Kelly's the best.
No.
This is great. We can all enjoy in somebody else's suffering. That's a beautiful thing.
Kill me with this shit.
America.
Fighting for my life.
Oh.
This is great.
Poor guy.
I don't feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him at
I
all.
don't either. I just
This is the second time he's gotten caught, and it's 10 times worse
Fighting
this
for my
time.
motherfucking life.
It's like this dude's been asking for it. You think the one time he got in trouble
I
for
just-
it would have taught him? No.
I love all the like
Oh,
made up
the people that are.
videos,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
all the cutout videos of it was like.
Did you see what I did with Tomlin?
Dude, I was gonna say.
Mike? Did you see what I did with Tomlin?
Oh yeah, you put his face on it. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I think one of the best ones is the one we did when we thought Antonio Brown was going to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was great.
What would have been so much
Yeah, I
better.
know. I know.
That's an infamous moment in hockey happy hour history.
You sent that to me before we went to the website, and I was cracking
like
up.
3 in
my
the
bed.
By the
morning.
way,
Yeah.
since my dad can't comment on YouTube since he doesn't have an account, he says, "What's up, fellas?"
Oh,
What's
Papa
going on,
Click-Off,
Papa
what's up?
Click-Off?
Hey.
I was wondering where he's been.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have the tube.
Hopefully he's sitting back watching the Flyers game.
Frosted, man, I don't hope anybody's
Doubt
sliding into her DMs, man. I want to be the one sliding into her DMs. Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys. Let me get her number. I'll show you guys how to do it.
Oh.
No, that's just rude.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Is that better?
That's better.
Maddie, by the way, we were due for a break 5 minutes.
Okay, that would have been nice to know.
I was.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking? And then I signal you too.
What does this mean? What do the fingers mean?
We need the sign back.
We need sign guy.
We need the sign
You're
back.
sign guy.
Where are the tissues?
Hence the nickname.
Where are those tissues?
Oh no! We
See,
don't want the tissue.
Okay,
Oh,
all
my
right.
God.
All right, I will take full responsibility if he kills over because he has to touch those toilet paper that, has been touched by he who should not be named on this show. But anyway. All right. So, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have second period reactions right now and fuck
As
us,
the
the Bears
Flyers
going
are
to the
going on
box.
the
Yeah,
penalty
The
kill.
wonderful.
ghost.
Scott Gordon
As
is
they
not
call
happy.
him.
Ghost Bear.
Yeah. What is he getting called for? Hold on.
Looks like
Let's just see
interference.
what he's getting called for, though, before. Did we even see
Oh, no,
what
that
the
was
penalty
Myers down
was?
there.
I
It
can't.
looked like he hooked him, yeah.
Huck.
But then again, it might be a hold according to this
No,
NHL.
hooking.
All right. Whatever. Anyway, when we come back, we will
The music.
give you some second period reactions. We'll let you know if Chicago scored, of course. And we will talk a little
of
quick
Peter
scoring
Pan.
update for you,
Yes.
Mr. Klinkoff.
Absolutely.
And we'll go through the standings as well while we're watching the game. This is the Hockey Happy Hour on A2DRadio.com.
Oh my God.
Brian's dying slowly over here.
I've been
And we
dying
are brought to you by
the last
Gibson
3
Mayer
weeks.
LLC, your certified public accounts located 301 Oxford Valley Road in Yardley, PA. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. Hey, I got a nice tax return coming, and I'm pretty sure you guys want a good one too, and that time's almost coming up. So, go to Gibson Mayer, get an awesome tax return, and you won't feel bad when you get that check or you get that deposit in your bank account. So be ready, be prepared, and call Gibson Mayer. This is the Hockey Happy Hour on A2DRadio.com. We'll be right back after this. Oh, shit, we're back. Cool. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to
So
the
anyway, what I
Hockey
said to
Happy
her
Hour.
was,
We are.
sorry.
I thought that was an off-air conversation.
You couldn't give me 5 minutes.
My name's Brian, and I have a problem.
We noticed.
Oh, man.
I'll just sit here then.
The less you know, the better, though, folks. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, welcome back to the Hockey Happy Hour. We are live on a2dradio.com from the Real Talk Studios here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. I am Matt Sudi. This is the matchmaker, Michael Klankoff, right over here.
Apparently.
Yes.
I got a new title.
Matchmaker.
Well, he's the one. That's the whole reason why you were talking to him about that chick. But anyway, when we came here on the air.
Oh, that was just a joke. Because you're like, oh, shit, we're back on the air. So I was just like, so what I said to her was.
I was trying to feed that joke to continue for a little bit longer,
Nah,
but you
it
know
doesn't
what?
need to
No one
feed.
read that fucking signal. God damn it.
Yeah,
I have
we
to do
suck.
all the thinking around here. Anyway, moving on. Brian, the Dark Wing, ruining long-term running gags daily
do.
over here.
That's what I do.
And then
Well, we
behind
have-
the board is the sign guy, Mr. Ryan Brodo, the man with all of with all the audio
Fantastic.
fun for everyone to enjoy for your listening pleasure. We are brought to you by
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Tampa Bay. Now all the Penguins have to do is just finish this fucking game against Nashville.
You're worried about Carolina?
Yeah, I am, because they fucking beat us twice already this year, and we still got one more game against them.
Pshaw. You'll totally beat them. Anyway,
least you're
moving
there.
on. All right.
At least you're there.
For now. Still got tough games. Listen, I'm not saying we're in the fucking playoffs until we got the fucking X next to the name saying that we've clinched, okay?
Well, we'll find out in a minute if you do.
I don't want the E.
You mean for eliminated?
Yes, I don't want the E.
Oh, okay, good.
Nobody wants to eat, but somebody's got to get it. Hi. Sorry.
Hepatitis C?
Okay.
And I'm the one you're worried about.
I'm not even playing a sound bite.
They actually should call it that. From now on, if you're eliminated from playoff contention, you came down with the hepatitis C and you're not able to play anymore.
Sure.
That's the reason why you're not in the playoffs.
And I'm the one you're worried about.
I got to get some more.
I need
I got to really expand on this one here.
I need a taquito.
Tequila.
Like, after that comment, I need a.
I thought you were going to
shot
say
of
tequila,
penicillin.
but anyway, all right.
No. No.
No, I'm good.
Please do not bring that.
Ew, it got smaller. Ralphie was using it.
What the hell is that?
And what the hell's on the top? Yeah, there's a fucking stain on it. What the hell? Jesus. And Ryan touched it. Oh.
Disinfect yourself.
Oh, God. If only one day we'll get that producer camera in there.
I don't want it.
Because that was just
Yeah, we're
comedy
gonna get that-
fucking
we're gonna
gold
get- we're
right
gonna get that-
there. Yeah.
It's gonna go right.
It's going to be more of his live reaction of watching games.
Yeah.
You're just going to see me
Watch
just
it.
do this.
Sixes
Going
game.
everywhere.
They're going to be like,
seizure over
they're
there.
gonna be like, fuck these host guys. I just want to watch this
Yeah.
fucking producer right
They're all
now.
here for
Hey, they'll still be able to hear us.
They
they'll
will,
still
but,
be able to hear
but they'll
us.
be watching him.
That's fine. They can watch them only once.
Oh. So be careful what you do in the future, Brodo.
I don't want that freaking camera.
We'll actually make it
want-
a hidden one too. We'll put it like we'll not cut out the Parante. We'll cut out one of the jerseys here. We'll just cut out like an A. Just put a little camera through, so that way you could.
Hey, Mikey, are there some scores?
There
Any
is some
scores
scores.
today?
Well, hold on. Before we do that,
Well,
we gotta.
fucking get to it, Matty. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's not my fault. You
Talking
guys
about
went off on
Inspector
the
Gadget shit over here.
Well, you're the guys who went off on the fucking rails at the beginning of the goddamn.
I didn't say anything in the beginning.
No, but you know
Exactly.
Daly and
Don't put
Brodo
my-
did.
What?
Name
I'm
in your
over
mouth.
here. I was watching Fairleigh Dickinson.
Who? No.
Yeah, who now?
All right. Anyway, before we get into the scoring update, brought to you by Sports Outlet. For all your sporting needs, located at 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030. Email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net. And visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com. Mikey, take it away, my man.
You got it. All right, my Pittsburgh Penguins are beating the Predators 1-0 at the end of the second period. We have a game that could help the Flyers out big time with the Canadiens only beating the Islanders 4-0 with 6 minutes left in the third.
Wonderful.
That was being sarcastic, by the way. The St. Louis Blues are beating the Red Wings 3-1 at the end of the second period, a game that's irrelevant here for the Red Wings. And Flyers, as you know, the game we're watching live right now is 1-1. Just about halfway through the game here with 11 minutes to go in the second period. We have the Avalanche versus the Stars, which is 0-0 halfway through the second period. We have the Flames, who were down 1-0 against, the best team in the league, the Ottawa Senators. And now they are winning 2-1 at the end of the first period.
I see what you did there.
We have a 0-0 game here at the end of the first between the Blue Jackets and the Oilers. Big game here for the Panthers as they beat the Coyotes 4-2. Coyotes made a late push in the game as they scored a goal to cut it down to 1, but then the Panthers scored the empty netter.
It's funny because if you rewound the tape like 2 years ago, that's a bottom-of-the-barrel basement matchup, but now it's actually got playoff implications. What the fuck?
We have the Bruins beating the irrelevant Devils 5-1. We have thank you Tampa Bay. This is probably one of the first times I'll ever say thank you for them winning, but they beat the Carolina Hurricanes 6-3.
The only time you say thank you.
Yeah, probably. There's still 2 games left tonight as the Jets take on the Golden Knights in Vegas and the Sharks take on the LA Kings in LA. So
all right.
That's the scoring update. Nothing's changed in the last 2 minutes, so there you go.
Okay, then. So, with that being said, update, obviously. Right now, there was icing called on the play, so there's going to be an offensive zone draw. Not for the Flyers. Going to be for Chicago, yes.
Chicago.
Yes, the Bears. Anyway, which was not an irrelevant team this past season. Holy shit.
No, they weren't.
How the fuck is that even possible?
The Bears?
Yeah, they were not an irrelevant team this past NFL
irrelevant.
season.
I thought you said they were not relevant. I'm like, wait, yes, they were.
No, trust me. I don't know much about football, but I did know this, that they made the playoffs, particularly because the Eagles had to beat them in a playoff game. But anyway, damn it, great opportunity for the Flyers, and they couldn't make it go.
Ooh, fun question.
Yeah, I like that. I just read that, too.
If you could bring back any jersey for the Flyers, Pens, and Ducks as an alternate jersey, what would it be? Me for the third Flyers jersey? Oh, the 3D jersey. I actually really like that. The 3D jersey. Yeah. I really like that one.
That was a neat looking one.
I still have that somewhere in my room.
I have to find it.
That was kind of like a futuristic looking one. That was kind of neat. For me, third
He also says the original black jersey, too.
Yeah, that would be my third jersey, would be the original black jersey. But I would do it more as like a road jersey, because that was how it originally came into the league. It was originally the black jersey.
Huge
was the road
opportunity
jersey.
for Corbin Knight that got shut down.
Yes, unfortunately Crawford snuffed it out. But yeah, back when it first came in, that all black jersey was originally like for the away games. But then when the NHL switched over, where the colored jersey is the home jersey and the white jersey is the away jersey, the black jersey became the home one. But if they brought that back for a road one, I wouldn't be angry. I'd love that. It'd be awesome to have. But that's just me.
This is mine right here. The 2001 era Penguins jersey.
I like
the sci-fi
this
Pittsburgh one, yeah.
I love this jersey big time. I didn't know how else to
a
explain
lot of people
other
don't
than
like
picture,
a lot of Pittsburgh.
I like the
fans,
old Penguin symbol. I do. I like that symbol a lot.
Yeah.
So.
For the Flyers, I would bring back the black one. For Pittsburgh, I would bring back the
I do like the Winter Classic, the blues with the Pittsburgh across the
that's the one. Not the blue ones, but the black and gold.
Yeah, where it just
with
says
Pittsburgh going down.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I had
like
that. I actually had that jersey.
Lemieux era.
And for me, honestly, I like the third jerseys now. It's a mixture of
that and
this and
Mighty Duck.
It's the retro. It's got the retro logo. I think it's a really sweet looking jersey. I would keep that as their permanent third, if not make it their home.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't gone with the logo and they just kept the colors. That's the one thing that I've always thought they might do is use that logo, the old Mighty Ducks logo, and keep the color scheme the same. But hey, yeah, I mean, that would probably be my choice right there.
The old Robo jersey. Do you know what he's talking about? The old Robo Pence jersey from 95, 96?
It's the same one he's talking. It's the same one you were talking
okay.
about. Yeah, that's. Everybody kind of has a different term for it, but I called it the sci-fi one because it looked like it came from fucking like a fucking
black and gray fade.
Let's see. It might be that.
Let's call it the Robo.
It was worn in 97 and in 96, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it goes to.
Yeah.
There's a blue one.
Yeah,
it's
that's
blue on the inside.
Ew, I don't like that.
That looks like a Blues jersey.
Oh, that was that powder blue
really
shit that they had for the fucking.
it's like a dark blue like that. I don't know if it's like a.
No, that's
really
like their home jersey now. Frostin, yeah, that's the same one that we're talking about. The Robo one, the black, into the gray fade, going across the stomach diaphragm area.
That's probably my favorite jersey. I always remember that one a lot. So
just check your text.
Just check text.
It's Daly's fault.
Check. Is that the one you're talking about? Is that the one you like?
I sent you 3.
I got. Oh yeah, look at that. You did.
He's about ready to jump down Ryan's throat. Oh,
you only sent me 3. Oh, you sent me 3.
Oh, there it is.
I assumed you were making fun of me because you sent me the Mighty Ducks movie jersey.
Who said I wasn't?
That's a true statement. That's okay. Fair enough. Touche. Sign Guy says his favorite jerseys are for the Flyers, the 3D jerseys, the home jerseys with the orange shoulders, white body.
Back when Lindros was playing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the original Mighty Ducks jersey. The original Mighty Ducks jersey.
Oh, like when they first came into the league and it kind of had no rhyme or rhythm to it?
No, like the Mighty Ducks, like the movie.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Nice.
Why does that take a shot? What did I ever do to you?
Damn.
I just sent you a picture.
I have always wondered, why didn't they just adopt the color scheme of the movie jersey, like the first ever?
I'm glad
Mighty
they did
Ducks
it.
movies.
It looks like
Well,
vomit.
what? It was a green.
Yes.
It was like this weird
like the
duck
logo.
green.
Is that a Conway
like,
jersey?
It had that.
Actually,
green,
it is.
it had like a duck green
I
kind
chose
of
to
like
ignore
blue
that-
tint to
that
it
fact.
with a yellow. I don't know.
He's the best captain of the Ducks all time now.
What, Conway?
You
Yeah.
watch your mouth.
See, it's spreading now.
Let's be honest. Come on, he was super successful in
You
a Ducks
watch
jersey.
your mouth.
I can't help that he was good. I mean,
Yeah,
I
mean,
can't
like,
think of. I can think of two. You know what? I'm not even.
Wait,
this
you said you guys need a new coach, right?
Oh,
No,
hey man,
Here
Gordon
we
Bombay,
go.
baby, Gordon Bombay. We got to make that shit a thing. We got to start a petition. Have Emilio Estevez actually legitimately be the coach of the Anaheim Ducks.
his assistant coach.
And we would
Charlie
still
Sheen.
win a Stanley Cup faster than the Flyers.
Boy, you really, really, really have a funny way of thinking about things. You really think an actor can take you to the cup?
Well, apparently, it doesn't. Any NHL level coach for you guys doesn't help.
I'm out of this. My coaches, they've been successful, so you guys can battle that one. Matty, you're quiet. What's wrong?
I'm just like wondering, like, okay, wow, amazing. You've pitched it. You touched on the fact the Flyers haven't won anything since '75. You got to come up with new tricks, man.
It was
it's getting fucking
16,000
old
days
at this
again,
point, dude. It
16,000
really is.
days
It's getting
ago.
so
That's-
old that it's just boring now to
this
hear
jersey
you
here?
comment like
Yeah.
that. Like
The
seriously.
Solani jersey, I got that the same year they won the Stanley Cup in 2007.
Wow, nice. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I can actually watch that on DVD. It's kind of nice.
Not
I
VHS.
don't need to pull out a
Tape
Dusty or
recorder.
VHS or Beta Max. Actually, I think it was Beta Max then.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, I couldn't really tell you either. But
Don't look at me.
he's moving so.
Well, I mean, it figures that he remembers. He's old enough to remember it. So, I mean, there we go.
Well, that's not really. That's not really a shot at me, because yeah, I'm old, but my memory's still there.
You're in your youth.
I'm
Youth. I was gonna say your prime. I meant to say your prime.
You're in your youth. Yes, I am. Thank you.
You're in your prime, damn it, not your youth.
Wait, let's keep this going.
I'm good. I got my
You're
point
good.
across. I got my point across.
The shit talking's over now.
Maddie, any more?
Oh, me? I'm just watching the game because, you know, apparently right now there was some kind of offense going on there. Of course, it got broken up right when we started commenting on it.
Wow, really? 5.5 minutes left to go in the second period already?
there hasn't been many whistles.
No,
here.
there hasn't been at all. I think there's been one penalty, and I think it's per team.
That was a
Wicked
terrible
wrister.
shot.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that's a really wide open guy, but that was an even worse
Chicago's
shot.
been down in their offensive zone most of the period here.
This line here, I want to say, what's this, the third line?
The periods of the long change. Gotta love it.
I hate the long change.
I hate it.
Ooh.
What?
You should look at the YouTube right now.
Ooh.
Frosted with a bomb.
Frosted with a bomb.
I'm scared.
To Brian?
I'm scared.
No, I don't know about the Brian. I don't know about that.
Dude, I don't care. That's the thing.
Wait,
I don't care. No, he said it's been 14,400 days since the Pirates have won a World Series. Believe me, it's something that I know. It's something that I know. That's the problem, is that they won't ever change. So anytime anybody says anything about the Pirates to me, it's irrelevant. It really is. I mean, they're like, oh, you're good? Okay, we'll trade you. Okay, you're good. It's like we talk about the farm system year in and year out, how the Pirates have the best farm system every single year. We bring them up. They prove what they are. We get rid of them. I mean, it's like, until we get new owners, new GM, it's going to be like that for the next 20 years.
Jumping back to the jersey talk real quick. He brought up the Anaheim Ducks introducing the third jersey in 2003-2004, the purple and white. Mm-hmm. It says Anaheim across it, and I think it says like Mighty Ducks across the bottom or something like that. It wraps around. That was one of his favorites. And he also said the 1997-98 alternates, the white ones that was all white in the body, and they kind of did like the stripes and the triangle on the shoulders.
You know who always really had cool jerseys? A team that I really have never, ever saw a bad jersey on was San Jose.
Ooh. I do.
Wait,
like
which one?
We talked about this last week.
San Jose really doesn't have bad jerseys. When you look at a lot of their history, like they've always had a really good theme with them, honestly,
The ones they had before the ones they have now were my favorite.
What, the ones with the numbers up
on
here on the chest?
It was a really good scheme. It was just I want to say, I guess it's like an orange or a tan or something like that, really made the jerseys pop.
They also had it, I think, to outline the stripes on the jerseys as well, was that little tint that they had there of that
David
orange.
Roski's on your side.
Apparently, we would have won back-to-back for the third time.
You should have won back-to-back World Series in 2013, 14, and 15.
First off, though, Roski, you have to win a playoff series to get to the World Series. So, I mean,
listen, here's my favorite phrase in that whole thing is woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
you can't change the past. Maybe they should have won.
That was probably the best team to build around for him. But then again, it's just they do that. But I like Froston's question here. He asked me if I liked Ryan Whitney. There's another Ryan that I like better, and that was Ryan Malone. I
forgot about him.
Yeah, Ryan Malone was there for a short time in Pittsburgh, and his time there, I liked him better than I liked Ryan Whitney. But
I liked Ryan Malone. He had a good scoring touch. He was a physical player. He played with a lot of grit. What?
Here you go.
Hello.
Oh, don't fucking give me that. What?
Well, you were patting me.
I was helping you. Jesus.
I follow her on Instagram. I'm good.
Okay. Jeez, sorry. I thought you wanted to see her live, too.
I always want to see her. But anyway, remind me not to play this around a certain somebody. So, David I was
gonna wonder, like, wait a minute, he's saying a lot of shit right now that he probably shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, I shouldn't. It'll be fine. She just can't watch it. He also wants to know Sebastian Caron or Ron Tugnutt, who could stop more pucks?
Caron.
I don't know. Tugnutt was pretty bad at doing that too. It was like really good one for it.
It's a toughie.
I'd say Caron.
I would say Caron too.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
know
You know
his
what?
name.
I'm gonna have to go with you guys on that one. I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah.
David wants to know who's the next team to clinch an NHL playoff spot.
I gotta
actually,
standings
come to
do
think
that.
about that, before we fucking go off the rails again, why don't I pull up the standings and give an update? Oh God.
We have 2 minutes, Matty. You better be quick.
I'm only going through the playoff picture. Relax. I'm not going through every single team. There's no point to. Let's see.
I'm going to say
here.
Winnipeg. Winnipeg will be the next one to clinch.
I'm
They
gonna
have
say
92
Nashville.
points and sitting in first, so.
Ouch. That one's personal.
What?
He said also it's been 3,700 since the Steelers won a Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. No. You know who my pick
Don't
is?
forget to count the leap year, too. Jesus.
What did you do?
I don't know.
That's the funniest part about it. You didn't even do anything.
Very
I
cordial
know.
tonight. You've been very
Shit.
cordial.
It wasn't even an argument, but it was me and
All
Daly,
I
and all of a
said-
sudden Mike gets
We
brought into
brought up the
this.
cup, and I
What the
said,
hell?
oh, it was 16,000 days since the last time they won, and now we're bringing out fucking years for every one of my teams.
I know. It makes no fucking sense. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, my
Jesus.
chest hurts.
Oh, my
What are you going to
God.
tell me, fucking 600 for the Penguins next? Like, come on.
Do you have a basketball team?
No.
You like
I'm not even going to fucking say it.
All right.
But
So
I am a
let's-
Brooklyn Nets fan, okay? If you want to go fucking dig that out, too.
Froston? Go to Google.
I don't think that would be a
Figure
good
that-
idea to have announced that. But anyway, but my next team to clinch would be the Boston Bruins. They're at 99 points right now.
I gotta say,
Fucking
it's got to be Nashville.
crushing
Nashville's got to be the
it.
team. They're playing really good hockey right now.
But playoff matchups real quick before we send this one on.
Where's the guy
home.
sitting in front of the net there?
I know. There has to
All
be
three of
somebody
them were
there.
behind the net.
Yeah, you have to have somebody in front of the net to fucking score that goal. That's fucking unbelievable right now. Seriously, I mean, come on, guys. Play with no drive, no heart. You don't want to make the playoffs after all, for fuck's sake. Anyway.
I'm gonna keep my next comment to myself. I'm just keep myself.
No,
out of trouble.
please.
Nah, I'm good.
Please.
No, I'm good.
All right, moving on. So, to the playoff
Moving on.
matchups. Eastern Conference matchups currently. Tampa Bay versus Columbus. Columbus is fucked in that match right now. Boston versus Toronto. Toronto seems fucked in that match. Washington versus Carolina. That is right now in Washington's favor, but they still got 2 games to play Carolina in. The Islanders against you guys. I wouldn't worry too much about them because if
I like that
Good luck with
matchup.
that.
yeah,
though.
that matchup should be good for you guys because if the Flyers are
See
crushing them, you guys should be able to
See
crush
how
them.
well Barry Trotz has played against us in the playoffs. So
You know
Yeah,
what
so-
you know what matchup Anaheim has? Corey Perry versus Ryan Getzlov on the golf course. Skins match.
And the Flyers keep this
Par
shit up,
70.
it won't be following pretty quickly. All right, so let's see here. Western Conference, Calgary versus Arizona. That's not a good draw for Arizona.
Arizona will shock the world, sweep them.
If Arizona did that, I'd laugh my ass off at Calgary. I'm like, you guys are
Last time
fucked.
Arizona was in the playoffs, they went to the Western Conference Finals.
They did, but they kind of had easy opponents.
It's never easy in the playoffs.
Yeah. Although I think that was Smith's career year. Really, I think it was.
I think it was Brizgalov. But
Yeah, I
anyway.
think it was Brizgalov.
Was it? I could have swore it was Smith because
2011.
Brizgalov, I think he got beat in the first
11?
round by Detroit because he was on our team by that time.
It was before Brizgalov came to Philadelphia.
Are you sure? Because I could have swore it was 2012 when the Kings went to the Stanley Cup Finals when they faced them in that Western Conference Championship.
It was, but I don't think Brizgalov was a part of the Flyers organization yet.
In
I think that was
2012,
like the next year.
he was our starting goalie.
Okay.
You might as well search it. Search it.
We got
All
time.
right. San Jose versus Vegas. That's an odd series. I'm not sure who would win that, honestly. I would say Vegas would probably upset San Jose. That would probably be my guess.
No, you know what? You're right. Because I was still working at that other, at another job at that point. I remember the trade.
2012 against Chicago.
Yeah, I was still working at
gotta-
I was still working at another restaurant at that point.
Okay.
He said Froston said no. Smith was a goalie. Briz was a Flyer. Yeah, I remember that trade going down now. I was still working there.
That was still an infamous trade that I will never forget. Well, it wasn't even really a
Brizgalov
trade.
was the best deal you guys ever made.
Really? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I think it's great that he went to Philadelphia and just fucking flubbed.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
was
his-
an
his
absolute
best days
fucking
were
failure.
Anaheim and Arizona. Thank
Absolute
you.
fucking failure.
Once you
Thanks,
started
Paul
talking about
Holmgren.
things being
And remember,
humongous.
the guy who brought him to
Right.
Philly, keep this in mind, the guy who brought him to Philly is the president of the team. Should scare the shit out of everyone who's a Flyers fan. But anyway, on to Winnipeg and Dallas. That's another matchup right there. That one, actually, the Stars are at the advantage of
got
the
you
season
there.
series, but I can see
What
Winnipeg
now?
winning that.
He's got you there. 15,652 days since the Nets won a title, and it was an NBA
It was the
title.
ABA, yeah.
No, he said it was an NBA.
Oh, I don't think they won an NBA. Did they win the NBA?
Did he say M or N?
N.
Oh, okay.
Again.
N as in NHL.
Poor GM skills is what happens. That's why you don't go after guys that are fucking 34 years old. And
like Paul Pierce.
Exactly. And use your first-round draft picks for him.
Yep.
All right.
Disagree.
Next
Set
up,
back the fucking franchise 5 years.
And the final matchup for the playoffs currently is Nashville versus St. Louis. And the Blues are actually favored in this one because the Blues actually have done pretty well against Nashville, strangely enough.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Them as a whole recently has not been playing that good. I mean, granted, Tarasenko was out the past couple of games. I mean, he did come back the last game they played, but their last 10 was like 4-2-2 or something like that, or that doesn't even equal to 10, but you get where I'm saying. It wasn't good. They had 4 wins in their last 10. 4-4-2.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not a fucking math major, okay?
No, I'm not either. Trust me, it's not my strongest suit in the world.
He corrected himself. It was ABA.
Yeah, that's
ABA. Okay,
ABA.
I was going to say, like, wait a minute, what?
Damn it, I didn't win the grand prize, but I won 4 free salt and herb fries with any burger order. Just thought I'd let you know.
Okay. That you're never going to be able to use.
Nope. I have to send it to somebody.
Well, send it to someone you care about.
He also says Blues Preds battle of former Flyers head coaches. I guess that's going to be that's one of the playoff series right now.
Oh, yeah, because it's St. Louis and Nashville. It'd be Craig Berube versus Peter Laviolette. Berube's fucked. And if you're going coach on coach, Lavi wins every time. But anyway.
You never know.
No doubt.
Yeah, so with the second period coming to a close, it is still 1-1 in the game.
That means
we will all say goodbye to you here. Yes, it is time for us. It is last call here on the Hockey Happy Hour. We thank you all for joining us on this early bird version of Hockey Happy Hour here on A2DRadio.com. Brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. All right, folks. Well, we thank you for joining us once again. We will be back next Thursday, most likely at our regular time at 10. And we will be here ready to go for Matt Tsutsudi, the Penguin Lover, Michael Kleinkoff, the Darkwing, Brian Daly, and the sign guy behind the board, Mr. Ryan Brodo. We thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week right here on A2DRadio.com. Peace, everybody.
Deuces.